Welcome everybody. My name is James Byron Clark. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to discuss a potential confirmation about Mena Massoud. I think that's how you say his name, from Aladdin. A guy that's carried a $1 billion film, or at least been the lead for it. Possibly playing Ezra Bridger. It's either a semi-confirmation or otherwise it was an A-level troll job on his part, because who's Ezra? So if you haven't seen Rebels, Ezra was the apprentice to Kanan Jarrus, who was a Padawan during Order 66, who escaped, and Ezra ends up being his Padawan and is basically, let's just say, the Ahsoka series on Disney Plus will more than likely involve them trying to find Ezra. I think that's the reason why they're looking for Thrawn. So Ezra could very potentially be incredibly important to the Ahsoka series. But let's see. We'll look at the. One second. We'll look at the. So on Instagram, Mena Massoud said, I suppose I should print this up there. Just so you know, now I can't read it, of course. Let's see, I'll have to pull this up. Just so you know, when I escape, I won't hurt any of you. So when Ezra Bridger was captured by some stormtroopers and they were trying to lead him away to a cell, he made those comments to the stormtroopers, and of course he ended up escaping. But it's it's just a line that Ezra said. So the fact that Mena Massoud, who has been rumored, Kessel Run Transmissions, who's got a pretty good track record, has said that he is going to be playing Ezra Bridger. He's rumored to play him, and then he comes out and makes this statement and quotes word for word what Ezra said in an episode. It doesn't matter which episode it was, it doesn't matter what line it was, but the fact is, I don't think that there's any real way that he isn't playing this guy. And it'll be kind of interesting because playing Aladdin, there's some kind of, not shadiness or sinisterness to it, but there is kind of he's a good guy, but there definitely has to be a different layer to him with Aladdin. And I think the same thing can be said with Ezra. Ezra is close to going to the dark side, never fully committed to the dark side, but he did have moments where it looked like maybe he would. So it'll be interesting to see if Mena Massoud could play that, and whether or not they'll even go there. I mean, in Rebels, it appeared that Ezra had fully gotten away from the dark side, but I think for the series, for the Ahsoka series, to bring Ezra in and for his story to be really compelling going forward, I think that there has to be some dark moments in him. I don't think that'll ever go away, but either way, it's kind of exciting. Like I said, either it's an incredible troll job on Mena's part, and he knew that people were expecting that he's possibly going to play Ezra, and he's basically like, yeah, let's throw this out, get everybody like really excited and just break their hearts. Or he is actually playing Ezra, which would be really cool. Hey, what's up, Gerard? How you doing today? Gosh, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about today? So another thing I wanted to, speaking of the Ahsoka series, I think that there's a really good chance that we're going to be seeing Kamino in the Ahsoka series. And the main reason why is because we have Commander, or Captain Rex, as he is, who's aged. As we know, all the clones have their aged years. Oh, doing VR? Nice, Gerard. You'll I'll have to check that out at some point here. But the Kaminoans took the clones and they made him age at twice the rate of a normal human so they can get him into battle quicker. So by 9 or 10 years old, real time, they're like 18 to 20 years old, and then they can have them ready for battle. Well, that's all well and good while they're younger. But for Rex, who I believe would be about 40 years old at the time of the Ahsoka series, he's actually going to have the body of like an 80-year-old. Yes, Gerard, that would be awesome. I definitely want it. Is it the Quest 2? Because that's the one I was thinking about possibly getting, is a Quest 2. I might have to get it now so that we can play some competitive stuff against each other. What was I going to say? So he would be like, have the body of an 80-year-old. Now, so if I didn't hear anything from you for a while, you'd be doing VR stuff. Oh shoot, I've got that. My gosh, my chat on the screen is way off. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that works better. So I've seen people in the past when when people have talked about possibly having Rex on the Ahsoka series, they're like, wouldn't he be ancient? Wouldn't he be dead by now? Come on, we're on Earth, 80-year-olds. People generally, if you make it past your childhood and certain time periods in your life, you're probably going to live to 80 years old. 80 isn't a death sentence. So why would it be why would somebody necessarily be dead of old age in the Star Wars universe? Yoda Avatar talking like Yoda. You would, Gerard, you would. Why would somebody in the Star Wars universe, where they have better medical equipment, procedures, and all that stuff, why would an 80-year-old be ancient and dead by then? So Rex, unless if he dies from something else off screen, which I don't see them doing, he would be about 80 years old at the time, and that's not dead by any means. Is somebody that's 80 years old going to be dead, especially in the Star Wars universe? Now, but at the same time, if he's no Jar Jar, at the same time, we don't need any Jar Jar anywhere, Gerard. But at the same time, if he continues to age at twice the rate of a normal human, another 10 years, is going to be like 100. And then at that point, you're probably talking, even with the better medical stuff, we've never heard anything in Star Wars that would necessarily, that they live to 150 or anything years old. We got to consider he'd be on his last leg or possibly dead by then. Now, Ahsoka and Sabine, with Rex being one of their best friends and somebody that's really close to them, I could see them trying to figure out a way of helping Rex out, of getting him a cure for his accelerated aging. I don't think that would be where Rex would reverse aging and we become younger. I don't see that being a plot point, and I think I'd probably have a little bit of a problem with that. But as far as the accelerated aging stopping, it's the question of whether or not the cloners in Kamino could do something about that. And I think that could be an interesting storyline for them to give them a reason to go to Kamino and visit that planet again. Because we haven't seen it. The only thing we've seen from Kamino at all is there was a Kaminoan patch on Dr. Pershing's shoulder, I believe, in Mandalorian showing, and he confirmed that he was a cloner. So I do, I have a theory that after Palpatine took over the Empire, that since he doesn't like aliens and he's a pro-human all the way, that he would take the Kaminoans and either try to wipe them out or at least shut them down from what they're doing. But at the same time, he wants to continue doing the cloning stuff, so he would put humans in their place. Now, whether or not that meant that he allowed some Kaminoans and said, hey, we'll let you live if you train these humans what you're doing, or however they would have done that. But I do kind of see the possibility that if Ahsoka, Rex, and Sabine go to Kamino, I almost called it Caminio or something like that, that they would either find it like not operational, that there's basically it's destroyed, or that there's just no Kaminoans there, or it's run by humans, or maybe they find a couple Kaminoans and they say, hey, you know what, we don't do that anymore, we had to shut this down, otherwise Palpatine was going to completely wipe us out. But if you want answers on this, you'll have to go to the program where they're working on, where they've taken over the cloning operations for the Empire since then, and those are all human, and that could bring them back possibly to Dr. Pershing, because I think if they went any kind of route where they dealt with cloning and trying to address some of the issues with Captain Rex, I do believe that they would end up using Dr. Pershing, because why not use a character that we've already seen because I really think these Disney Plus series, they're going to do as much as they can to try to connect them. First of all, they saw how well it did with Marvel, so I think Star Wars is going to copy a lot of those things. But I could most definitely see different characters within the different shows showing up, just like I think we could see Ahsoka in flashbacks on Kenobi. I think we could see Kenobi, more than likely Ahsoka, not less likely Kenobi appearing on Andor. And I think with the Lando series, we're going to see him going back in time. And I think we could see some of these other characters involved in the Lando series too, because I think they're really going to want to have a kind of a connected universe within Disney Plus as much as they possibly can. But anyway, so what are your thoughts? What do you think on the possibility of Mena Massoud playing Ezra Bridger? Do you think he's trolling us with this quote from Rebels, something that Ezra said? Or do you think this is kind of confirmation? The other thing I wanted to say on this is, it's so eventually, Gerard, we're going to go through and we're going to rewatch all this stuff together. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not like the Ahsoka situation or the Bo-Katan or the Luke situation in The Mandalorian, where they're going to try to keep this a secret. We know, I think most people realize that there's almost zero chance that the Ahsoka series doesn't include Sabine and Ezra and Thrawn. So they're not trying to keep these characters a secret and have that be a surprise. So there's really, I don't think there's a whole lot of motivation for keeping their casting a surprise. They were, with the Ahsoka and Rosario Dawson thing, they weren't trying to keep Rosario Dawson playing her a surprise. They wanted to keep Ahsoka being in The Mandalorian a surprise. I think the same thing with Katie Sackhoff and Bo-Katan. They just didn't want anybody to know that Bo-Katan was going to be in it. With the Ahsoka series and some of these other ones coming ahead, they're going to want to sell this as much as possible so that people will get excited for it. So I think that they will let us know who's playing these characters. And I think it's very possible that we find out here very, very soon, maybe even in the next couple days, that Mena Massoud is playing Ezra. And it would be exciting. It would be exciting to get some actual confirmation on I'm trying to think of the words I'm looking for, on what's going on with these Disney Plus series, and to feel like they're working everything, that they've got a long-term plan, and finding out about these things way ahead shows that they have a lot more planning going on than what they did with the sequel series. And I think it's important for Disney to let us know that they've learned their lessons from what the sequel series did, and that they're actually putting a lot of thought into these things, and they're planning way far ahead on these things, which would be kind of cool. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also check out the links in the description below. It really helps out the channel when you check out those links. I will be back on I don't know. It depends on when I get off work tonight. I might be on Battlefront 2 for a little while tonight. I will try to do another one of these shows like this, maybe on Thursday. I'm trying right now to decide if I'm going to watch the Snyder Cut of Justice League this Thursday. I don't think I will, unless if maybe I get together with some family to watch it. I think it's more likely that maybe this weekend or something I try to have some family over and we watch the Snyder Cut. So I don't think I'll be doing anything on the Snyder Cut Thursday, but I will definitely at some point be streaming some Battlefront 2 on Thursday. I'm going to try to get a couple streams in this week, but it's a pretty busy week for me. And I'm also I'm working on a game that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. Just realized that RPG Maker is available on PS4, so I downloaded that last night, started on the game. I've got the story in mind, so it'd be cool for you guys to stop by, kind of see where the storyline's going to go with that. And I'll kind of put together some videos as I make that game that kind of are just the storyline, so you guys could kind of see that and kind of see how my thought process goes into telling a story, how my editing process is, because a lot of things, when I tell a story, a lot of things change from when I first conceive of it to where the characters basically take themselves in the end. But anyways, I'm rambling on way too much. Everybody have a great day. May the force be with you.